Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is Tuesday, June 24th. The Bayern versus Benfica game is about to start. This is the final group stage match. Bayern are already through to the round of 16, but winning this match is important because it will assure that we are at the top of the group instead of the second place. Yesterday, I haven't filmed in a few days. First it was because of the whole situation in Iran, and I was just kind of glued to the news coverage. And then it was yesterday was my wedding anniversary, 6 years. And so I spent the day with my husband. We slept in, then we had a Cinnabon for breakfast, and then we went to the Melting Pot, which is one of my favorite restaurants. It's a fondue restaurant, for dinner, and it takes like 2.5 hours to eat through your 4-course meal. But it's a lot of fun. So it starts out with a cheese fondue, and we always do spinach with different kinds of cheeses in it. And it's so good. And then there's salad, and followed by the meat course, and then a dessert fondue. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'll put pictures of our various courses. And after that, we went to Walmart because I had not gotten my husband a present and a card. And so we stopped at Walmart so I could find something. I got him Instant Pot brand milk frother. Yeah, and he spoiled me. So one of my presents is an electric yarn winder, which I'm so excited about. I cannot wait till it arrives. He also got me a Michael's gift card. He got me an anniversary ring that we have to get resized. I'm trying to decide if I want to put it with my wedding band and my engagement ring, or if that will overwhelm my fingers, or if it will look ridiculous. I'll put some pictures of that too if you guys want to weigh in on your opinion, because I have to decide what finger to get it sized for before... Hey, Santa. Before we go in. And then let's see. He got me a soda that I haven't, he ordered it. It has to still arrive. But I used to drink it in Africa, and I haven't had it since seriously, probably since 10th grade or 11th grade. And so I'm really excited for that to arrive. He found it, well, I found it on Amazon, and I keep a wish list because he says he doesn't know what to buy for me. So I just keep an ongoing wish list. And so he decided to get that for me, and I'm so excited. I know it's in Britain. It's called Vimto. But I haven't had it in forever. Anyway, I'm looking at the starting lineup. They are resting some players, so they're not going full on hard. Yeah, they rested a lot of players. That's okay, because we're already through, and it's been a long season, but we still need one. So anyways, today, Uno was spun, so I'm going to be working on that. I have 9 hours to get it done, so hopefully I do. I am very far behind on soccer. Not only have I not filmed anything in days, I have not watched soccer in days. Seriously, I haven't watched anything Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. So that's 3 days. So I will clearly not be able to catch up before the next round, but I'm still going to work on trying to catch up on everything. We are in a phase right now where there are 2 matches played simultaneously. And so the matches are at noon and then the next set is at 6. And so I think I should be able to finish watching both noon matches before the 6 o'clock matches start. And if I'm very lucky, I can start another match, but probably not finish it. So maybe one I don't care as much about, so that it doesn't matter to me that it's interrupted. Anyways, I wanted to do a small haul with you before the game starts. So while at Walmart last night, we finally found the book I've been looking for. So it's called Caught Up. It's definitely a dark romance. So this is the first book, Lights Out, and the second book, Caught Up. I've not actually read the first one yet, but I still wanted the second one because I'm anticipating liking it. Okay, that's where we're just gonna go with that. So it's got good reviews. The next bit of haul that I got is my my Christmas in July yarn countdown box, and that is Quest Squad. That's based on the Fourth Wing Imperium series. So I'm really excited to start this. I have not picked out a pattern. If you guys have any ideas about patterns, that would be so helpful, because I seriously have no clue what to do. There are 31 days. Does July have 31? I think so. It would be easier to do this blanket I always assume it's going to be a blanket. If it was 30, because then it could be like a 5x6 squares or something, but like 31 is just so hard to make decisions. Unless I do like stripes. I don't know. Give me your opinions, please. Or if you have a pattern, idea. I am hoping to maybe actually be able to keep up with this one. I'm never able to during Christmas time because things are so crazy, but I'm on summer break, and so maybe I'll be able to stay caught up with this. My Fiberlicious Fabric of the Month arrived. Ooh, you know what? I was looking for a color just like this. To do the Jack Frost one, because the fabric that they sent is, I mean, I only need a portion of it, and so I'd rather keep that for a bigger project and go for my stash. But I wasn't finding a color that's like basically just like this, which I mean is not the most like hand-dyed looking one, but that's okay. That's okay, because this is what I was hoping for Jack Frost. And everything in my stash was either like too bright, or I just actually don't have a lot of neutrals right now. So this is called Sun-Kissed Apricot, and I think that will be perfect. So I will actually put that to the side. I am blind unboxing that with you guys. I hadn't opened it or seen it before. The last thing I have to share with you is something I've actually been waiting 8 months to arrive. So I am a tad bit frustrated about it. And that is November 1st, I ordered mini books so that this year I could randomize and draw from like a big bowl or something the book I'm gonna read, and just do like that. And in part I used my my to be read list and things like that. And I thought 2 months before the beginning of the year, plenty of time to arrive. And I'd even told her what the plan was, and she was like, yeah, no problem, blah blah blah. And I would contact her periodically, and you know, I understand life comes up and everything, but this was just, honestly, it was ridiculous. At one point she offered me a refund. I was like, but no, I want the mini books. Like, I'm not asking for a refund. I know it was a big order, but like also it's really quite frustrating. So she did include a card. She apologized. I did read the card, but I haven't looked at the rest of everything. So let's see. I think there's some bookmarks. But part of what's frustrating is actually that my book reading taste has changed since I put it together, and now I don't actually have the books that I've been reading lately, like the Boys of Tommen series. I don't have that in there, and just various things like that. Okay. Here's a bookmark that I ordered. Just here, solving murder. That's because when I put this list together, I was reading a lot of psychological thrillers. So, let's see. I think there's more than one in here, so I'll go ahead and open the pouch. We're 5.5 minutes into the game. Okay. Okay, yeah, these ones must be extras that she included since everything was late. Here's Kate's book. Focus. Kate's book. Because there's no reason I would order an Indiana bookmark. But that's Indiana. Here is California, which I also know I didn't order because I don't really love California despite living here. And Currently Dreaming of Mr. Darcy. Now that is one I would order, but I don't think I did. But I would definitely have ordered it. Another stack. These are ones I might have ordered. The first one doesn't look familiar, but it's in a style I would have ordered. So these might, okay, yes. Okay, I did order these, I think. It is Jane Austen Holmes, like Holmes from the Jane Austen books. So, Upper Cross, Pemberley, Longbourn, Barton Cottage, Hartfield, Mansfield Park, and Northanger Abbey. Okay, now let's get a little Ziploc bag. I will put the bookmarks into here so I don't lose track of them. Now let's get to the mini books. And we're not gonna go over all of the mini books because I will need to go through them at some point though, because I ordered some for the kids. Like, she must have done extra because I didn't order this many, but it looks like she did the entire I Survived series. I wanted to have some mini books to put in the fairy garden for the kids where they would like recognize the books. So there's I Survived. I know that I also ordered the whole Frida McFadden series. I haven't actually read any of her books, but I know they're psychological thrillers. I love psychological thrillers. And so, I ordered the whole set. Let's see. Here is the whole Sarah J. Maas set. I don't know why I ordered this, except for that I want to like her books. I don't. But it's been a couple years since I've read the first Court of Thorns and Roses book. And so I was like, I will maybe give this series another shot. So here is that. And then, I know, oh, is this it? Yes. Here's my Harry Potter set that I ordered. I ordered, I wanted all of the different pictures, so there's more than one set of the Harry Potter books in there, because I wanted all the covers. So Harry Potter. And then the last full set I ordered was the oh, a different book got stuck in here. The Fourth Wing series. And then the rest are just in here loose. I think there are a couple more for the kids. I need to find them. Like I think I saw a Dogman one, which I know I ordered. Oh, they're so cute. Some of these are ones I know I've read this year. Oh, I'm currently reading this one. It Came Upon a Midnight Shear. Stop trying to focus on my face. Anyways, I'm going to have to go through these one by one and put them into the bowl. Some of them, like some are whole series, and so I only want to put the first book in the series into the bowl, and then when the first book is called and read, then I'll put the second book in. Here's another one I know I've read, The Perfect Marriage. And then now The Perfect Divorce has come out. So again, I might have to do another order, and I just recognize it'll take like 3 billion years. When I ordered this one hadn't even come out yet, Sunrise on the Reaping. But they're so cute. They're so cute. I am glad that they arrived and that I didn't cancel the order, but yeah. Here's a Jeanette Oak book, Roses for Mama. Anyway, yeah, pretty happy with it. There's so many books in here. I mean, seriously, it was like a 500 book order. I mean, for the loose ones, it's like 500 books. For, and then there's also the other sets. Oops. So, I don't know. I might put the full sets in, and yeah, I might put the full sets in and then just worry about like if one gets called that's later in the series, I'll just draw another book or something like that. Oh no! The other team scored. I missed it. How could we let them score? That's kind of what happens when you change out like a big part of your squad, but whatever. I read this book this year already, Furies of Calderon by Jim Butcher. But then there's some like The King's Curse by Philippa Gregory that I've been wanting to read. That, I mean, that's part of the reason why I wanted to do the book bowl, is because there's so many books that I've not read that I've been meaning to read that I'm hoping this will encourage me to read. I wanted to reread the Anne of Green Gables series, so here's Anne of Avonlea. There we go. Anyways, yeah. Happy for it to have finally arrived. And I will set up the whole reading bowl thing later. Oh, I cannot believe that they scored. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna get started working on Uno, and I will update you guys later. Here, let me actually show. I have been working on oops. Oh, my desk is a mess. I have been working on Afternoon in Paris, and so I've done quite a bit here. So I'm really happy with that. I think this motif should be finished pretty quickly. So yeah, okay, long start to a video, 22 minutes. I'll talk with you guys later. Bye. Hey friends, well, the game is over, ended 1-0, so nobody scored again after I'd already started filming. Oh, excuse me. I am tired, so I didn't do any crafting during the match. So I decided that I would drink this energy drink. I haven't opened it yet. NOS. Now, I've not had this since college, but in college, this was my go-to energy drink. So I am curious to see if I will still like it. I used to get it when it was in a blue plastic container with an orange like lid, but the lid was like I'm not sure what the words with the like chinks out. I don't know. It was so cool looking. I remember one time I was in a study sesh with my classmates, and I was talking animatedly as I do, and I knocked over the thing and it fell all over the table. You monkeys. Anyways, so I'm gonna drink this because I really need to do the Uno. I am determined to do this Uno. Okay, and let's see. Oh, I have one more piece of stash to share. It came during the game, and that is I ordered off of Amazon the UFO Mill Hill kit because it's out of stock on 1-2-3 Stitch, and I really wanted it, and then I started to get nervous, like maybe it would be hard to find and I wouldn't remember and stuff, so I just ordered it off of Amazon. So I'm really excited about it. I even already sorted the floss while I took the dogs outside. I just sat in my chair outside and sorted the floss while they went potty and played. And so, yeah, I'm going to work on Uno. Work on finishing that Uno. And then I'm also going to watch the other match that was today. I don't actually know the final score because their game had a weather pause. So the weather was so bad they had to stop the game. And so it hadn't ended by the time our match ended. But because Benfica beat us, the result of the other match doesn't matter in terms of standing in the group. We did end up finishing in second place, which sucks. But, I mean, at least we're progressing. And I have to say, like, when you qualify early, this is a danger when you qualify early, because our manager decided to, Bayern's manager decided to rest 7 of the 11 start players, which makes for a ginormous change, and that really showed in the first half. Like, it was, okay, in the first half, Bayern had 0 shots on goal. 0. It was real bad. And I think we would have scored in the second half, but their goalkeeper, who is, oh man, I forgot the country they said he came from, but he's only 23. Anyways, he had an amazing match. So, yeah. It is what it is. At least we're going through. We're probably going to end up facing... Oh, no, it's not a probably. We already know who we're going to end up facing. The Group D winner of the group, but that's already been determined by the previous games. So, Flamengo... I can't remember which country in South America they're from, but they won both of their previous matches, and the results from the other matches make it in such a way that it doesn't matter. They're going to be at the top of the group. It doesn't matter the results of any of the matches. They'll be at the top. It is still in contention who will be in second place, but doesn't matter for Bayern. It matters for Benfica now who they're going to face, but yeah, it doesn't matter for Bayern. We're going to be up against Flamengo in the next match. So I have to hope that goes well. Anyways, I made some pizza bites. I've actually never had pizza bites before. So I don't know why I decided to make these or buy them, but I did. And so I'm going to eat them. Then I'm going to work on Uno. I'm going to drink my NOS. Let's see if I still like it. If it's still as good as I remember. Because it's one, hard to find these days. And 2, I've just discovered a lot of different flavors I like now that I don't know. But like back then, there was not a lot of options and I did not like Red Bull. So this is what I drank while studying late at night. Not bad. Not bad. Not the best. That's true. But not bad. I'll drink it for sure. Hopefully it'll wake me back up because I am tired. I look frumpy today. Ugh. Whatever. Anyways. Okay. I will catch you guys up with my Uno progress throughout the day. Gonna go watch Auckland versus, not Benfica, it's another B team. Boca Juniors. Auckland versus Boca Juniors. The last I had heard on the score update was that it was 1-1. So we'll see how that game finishes. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey friends, it's Kate. So I finished Uno probably with about 5 minutes to spare, but that's okay because we got it done. And so I thought I would share the progress with you. Part of the reason I didn't update along the way is because I knew I was running low on time. So let's get started. The first one I worked on was Afternoon in Paris. Oops, here's my paper tracking thing. So I actually did 150 stitches on this because I had started and done 50 for an Uno for a different day, And so I needed to finish those remaining 50 and then do today's 100. So I worked in this area, and then I did one line across and worked in here. So the Arc de Triomphe is almost done. Probably about 100 stitches left, which is really exciting. Because then I will move on to the segment that is the middle of the piece, and it's just so awesome to see how much progress I can get done on this project. This was a new start this year, so really happy about that. The next one I worked on was Songs of the Season, Christmas Quaker 2. So I finished this motif here. I had from about here down, I did this little star, and then I started another tiny motif here. Once I'm done with that, I will be moving the Q-snap, I think, down to work a little bit in this area. I debated doing the motif that's over here, but I think there's a few small motifs I want to do that are down. So that's my plan for working on that. Oh, excuse me. The third to be worked on was Merry and Bright over here. So I finished the ampersand, this bottom part. I did this little light bulb, not light bulb, but like whatever light bulb, her mouth, and then the white over here and one line of snow. When I finish the rest of snow over here up to this green part, I will have finished one page of this pattern. This pattern's 2 pages, and I will have completely finished one, which will put me well over the halfway part. Probably I'd say 2/3. So that makes me really happy. The final one I worked on was my spring celebration. So I did the white over here and then this brown of the roof, and that was 100 stitches. Unfortunately, I realized after I had started stitching the roof that it wasn't actually centered, and that it is now, but that is because this cloud and this bird I counted from the wrong flag, and so this all has to be taken out and shifted over. So that really sucks. I did debate just taking out this bird and flipping it to be over here, but these clouds are way too low for where they should be. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take that out. I think it's only like let me see. It's about 26-ish stitches. So sucks, but not end of the world. So yeah, that is what I worked on. Oh, excuse me. I don't know the next number to have been spun because when I set this up to begin filming, it hadn't been posted yet. Also tomorrow, the new Whip Go Square call should be posted, so I'm really excited about that. For the rest of the night, I've watched 3 soccer games today. I did watch Tunisia versus Chelsea. Well, ES Tunis versus Chelsea. And Chelsea won. But it didn't matter to me because we were already set to go against Flamengo on the opposite side of the bracket. So whatever. But it was whoever won that match was going to be the second place team. So that's why I was watching it. I'm going to be working on filling in as many squares for my daily habit tracker as I can for the rest of the evening. That is my plan. I am partway through the laundry section because I have a load in the dryer I need to fold. I need to move what's in the washing machine into the dryer, and then I will be able to highlight that one off. So pretty excited about that. I also need to edit 2 videos. So I will probably work on the editing while folding laundry. I've already sent the videos to my iPad. I just need to edit them, like edit the videos now, and I need to upload them to their to the video they belong in. So there is that. Excuse me, I am sleepy. Well, I'm not actually really super sleepy. I did get a good amount of sleep last night, but I'm just yawny, I guess, and kind of hungry. The pepperoni bites were so good. It was spicy pepperoni, and it was really good. So yeah, I enjoyed those pizza bites. That's all I have for now. I will come back and update later. Yeah, so chat with you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey friends. My husband just messaged that he is on the road on the way home. I caught up with 1 day of my connection socks. I am quite far behind. So this is June 11th. Hang on. But I think they're really fun looking, even if I am completely terrible at this game. The game of connections. I lose more often than I win. But yeah, I think they're really, it's so fun. I mean, my stitches don't look great, okay? They're not even. I am not very good at, I'm not very good at color work, but you know, to get better at something, you have to keep practicing. So I started over here. I put this, well, when I'm working this way, I can see it. This 4-leaf clover, because I need a lot of luck with the game. So, yeah, one thing I get to cross off from my to-do list. I am going to go make double dinner tonight so that my husband has something to take to work for lunch tomorrow. So I will be making, I'm going to be making katsu chicken for lunch. And then I have an apricot chicken with a salad. And then we have leftover potatoes and broccoli from the restaurant last night. So I'll be putting that with our dinner so that it's not just like a chicken, apricot chicken, and salad. There will be like, because my husband did not eat what I packed for him today. So he said he's very hungry. So I'm going to go work on that so that it's ready when he gets home. I had hoped to do 2 days, but I'm just happy that I actually worked on it again. So there is that. And then while dinner is in the oven, I'm going to tidy up the kitchen a little bit for my my bout of cleaning for the day. So that's what I'm gonna go head out to do. I am hoping to be able to tick a few more things off of the list, but we will have to see how that goes. So I'll keep you all updated. Bye. Hi friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is Wednesday, June 25th. It is about 3:30 p.m. I have been awake since about 10:30. I am way farther behind schedule than where I plan to be at this point, and I will talk about why in just a minute. First, I want to start with the things that I worked on yesterday in order to check a few more boxes off. And that is, first, I started a mesh market bag. Excuse me. So I did this part. It's trying to focus on my face. Anyway, the mesh part I am planning on being this colorway. It's called Sun-Kissed. I have 2 skeins of this. So I've done the top part. I'll use this again when I'm done with the mesh for this same part on the other side, plus the handles. So it's not the most perfect of matches, but I'm hoping it will look good. So I'm counting this as the cotton for the day because it's at the point where I have to add another cotton. I will need to do this whole skein in order to count it for today. And we'll see how far that takes us in terms of number of rows to see how much I'll need of the second skein. Excuse me. I also made one scrunchie. I would have made more, but the yarn kept getting tangled up in itself, and so I need to just wind it into a cake so that I can make my 2 more scrunchies, 2 octopuses, and 1 worry worm. So that is a plan for today. The project that was called for Uno is come out, the Christmas Quaker 2. So I did move my Q-snap, and so I will just be working all in this area. And I counted up how many projects, like how many times this has been called that I need to work on it, and today was actually the only one. So depending on how straining it is on my eyes, I might do there was a couple of a like you pick 2 or whip of choice, so I may try to fit it into those depending on how I'm feeling in terms of stitching. I am going to go steal back the bright light that my husband stole like actually over a year ago. He does like coin collecting and stuff like that, and so he uses the light to look at the coins closer, and he never gave it back, and I never took it back, but now I'm gonna take it back because it's been a while since he's used it and I need it. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is WhipGo. So the draws were posted, and so what happened and how I've gotten behind on time is I was trying to find all the projects to share with you guys that were called for me this month, and I cannot find for the life of me my Castle Homecoming by Frosted Pumpkin. And what's really irritating about this is I know I've seen it within the last month, and I just cannot find it. I didn't stitch on it, I just found, like, saw it. So I spent probably at least an hour looking before I was finally like, you know what, you've got to give up now because it's not even what you're going to work on today. And also, I still need to do more organizing in the craft room, like a lot of organizing. And so there's plenty of places it could be hiding that I just didn't find yet today. So I'll leave it alone for today, and I will keep looking another day. Perhaps when it's actually spun on my wheel. I also spent the second half of one of the games I was watching, adding all the new spins to the Whip Go wheel, which I hope to utilize more next month. But with the Uno this month, I have basically just worked on the 4 projects, which is fine. I've made some good progress on them, so I'm happy with that. One thing I've been doing, and I don't think I've told you guys, is everything on WhipGo that I accomplished over the summer break, I'm highlighting in blue highlighter. Like, oops, square over there. Just so I can see what I got accomplished on my summer break. So, anyways, let's talk about what got drawn for me. In terms of on my new starts WhipGo, both of them were packages I ordered from Under the Sea Fabrics. So let's see which one I mean. Okay, the first one is Nora Corbett's Dollhouse series. So I have all 6 patterns. I'm not positive which one I'm going to start with, but I just thought I'd share them. And I'm thinking of using that fabric, that was the big piece of fabric, to use on these. I don't know, maybe. I'll still go through my stash and decide. So I am pretty excited to work on these. I've been waiting for them to be called ever since I got them in the mail. Let's see. Some of these actually might work for the scavenger hunt challenge with I keep calling it Whip Wranglers, and I know that's not right. It's Whip Warriors. I think I even have the, like, you know how you can make collections on Facebook? I think I even have it called Whip Wranglers, but whatever. I think one of them might call for a bathtub, like one of the challenges. So maybe I'll start with this one. I'll double check. But what's nice about this is there's some really nice blocky stitching. And so I do look forward to when that happens. So there we go. That is the first of the new starts. The second of the new starts is the Mad Tea Party from Bella Filipina. And let me see. I think I have this fabric, yeah, from Under the Sea Fabrics to stitch on it. And I think this piece is big enough for, if I'm remembering correct, was I planning on putting both this, and this on it, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to try to remember. Maybe I'll also look through my stash just to see if there's anything I like better. This is a... What's that? Ooh. I was watching a soccer game, so I don't know why. This is a fat quarter of Sandbar 28 count linen. So it's a nice brownie fabric, and I do think that the Mad Hatter would look nice on it. I'm just questioning if I want Snow White on it. I might look through my stash for Snow White, but we'll see. Snow White hasn't been called yet, so or has it? Mad Hatter, Magic Lamp, the Enchanted Rose. Nope, that's the Poison Apple. Poison Apple. Nope, hasn't been called yet. I found it. So, those will be my, well, I say 2 new starts for the month, but I don't know. I'm going to depend on the wheel. And I still want to really start Flowers of the Holy Night as my birthday new start. If anyone wants to do a birthday new start with me, my birthday is July 16th. We usually go to the state fair on my birthday. I don't know if we will this year because they changed the hours to be 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays, which is really irritating because California is so freaking hot, like so hot. And by 4 p.m., it's going to be like 110. One year it was 116. And so being able to go at 10 a.m. was always such a big help because we could do all the outdoor exhibits in the morning, early afternoon time when it was still hot, but like bearable. And then in that block of time after like around 4 p.m., 3 p.m., we'd head to the indoor exhibits and see like the art displays, or I always like to go to the candy maze, which is fun. It's way overpriced, but it's like a maze that's made out of candy, and you get a little basket and you put candy in, and then they charge you by the pound, and it's way overpriced for sure, but it's fun. And there's also like picture booths type of thing, like, you know, with the cutout for the face. So yeah, and then we always of course look for the cross stitch and the quilting, and they also usually have knitting and crochet, and then the other exhibits in that area changes from year to year, so I don't always know what they have. But then there's also the hall that has all of the vendors, and we usually look through there, and sometimes we get a few things. I like to get some dips from a few vendors, also probably overpriced, but they taste better than the in the store that you can buy. And we'll get like well, I usually buy some books from local authors. Local authors will usually set up and in this one area, and so last year I bought 2 books for my kids at school, and then I bought 3 or 4 books by an author named Brendan Novak. I haven't read them yet. They're on my bookshelf. I should probably read one of them at least. But she sets up in like a like an Airstream, and then you go in there, and she's got merchandise and different things. I did get a Christmas ornament that I just display in the library. It's like a Christmas tree with books on it. It's very cute. So yeah, I like to just look and see what's there. One year we bought a mattress, a purple mattress. Do not recommend. We've had it for, it'll be 6 years this year, but it just didn't hold up like we were led to believe it would. But we probably won't get a new one until we've moved, and so yeah. Anyway, so if you want to do a stitch along, I will probably start a new project if the supplies have all arrived in time, and I'm waiting for my paycheck to be deposited before I place the order. But as soon as it is, I will place that order in the hopes that it will arrive before my birthday and be able to start Flowers of the Holy Night on my birthday. And actually, I need to remember, I haven't put a fabric into my cart, and I have fabric here, I know I do, but like, I want something special since it's my birthday new start, and I've been wanting to do this project for so long. And actually, that reminds me, I also need to find the pattern again because I put it somewhere and I don't remember where. But right now, 123 Stitch has all of the supplies for that in stock, which does not always frequently happen for me. So pretty excited about that. I check up like almost every day because I mean, it's gonna cost a pretty penny. So I need my paycheck to come. I just need it to come. I was doing a program where you have them withhold so much from your paycheck, and I think I did $150 for each of the paychecks, and then you get that plus half of that back during the summer. So it's like, it used to be a dollar for dollar match. Like you'd contribute up to, I think they said 10% of your paycheck, and then it would be matched. But you know, the government in California's economy is not good. And so even though we signed up with it for a dollar for dollar match, they were like, actually, we're going to match you 60 cents for $1. And I was like, you know what? That's still a gain. I'll still sign up for that. I mean, it made each month a little stressful because $150 is a lot to have withdrawn every month, but it'll mean I can get, a couple, 1 or 2 advent calendars, and also it'll mean I can treat myself for this, and it'll make I had forgotten how much I signed up for, so next year I signed up for $175, which I know it's only $25, but it's still like, oh, $150 was tough. But and I think they're only matching us 50 cents for every dollar for this next upcoming year. But it's okay. It's okay because it's still a gain. It's still a gain. And yeah. And my my Advent addiction will be fed. But I have signed up for one Advent so far. It's a Bumblebee Acres one for the Empyrean series, so 4th Wing, and they only do 10 grams, so they're like half of a mini. I am waiting to see. I don't think that Forbidden Fiber has said what their theme is yet, but I am anticipating that I will sign up for that. I have the last 2 years, and I really enjoy it because it's mainly tonals, and it's nice to have a tonal set that makes it look a little less crazy at the end. And so I am planning on signing up for that. And then I haven't seen anything from Gem State Yarns yet, but I always like to get theirs. I find their yarn is very nice, but it is speckled and variegated. And so, yeah. But I usually sign up for their Halloween one, and I haven't seen that posted yet. And I usually sign up for their Christmas one. Last year, their Christmas one was the Nutcracker. And, yeah, I really like that one. Actually, I haven't even opened all the boxes for it, to tell you the truth. That's one of my summer projects, is to finish doing that. I basically, like, gave up on everything halfway through Christmas last year. Like, everything became overwhelming, and because I was trying to finish presents for my family, because we were having the first Christmas together since before I got engaged, and I had just set a lot of goals for myself, and so I stopped opening Advents, I stopped doing anything, and like, I also didn't film anything when I was down in Fresno with them, which is very not like me. And also, they're used to me like drawing them into my filming, so it was surprising for them too. But I was like a mad woman trying to finish projects the entire break is what had happened. Anyways, continuing, because now I'm just rambling and we're 20 minutes into this. Jeez Louise. For my focus for finish projects, I had Mary by Clouds Factory. Now this is from a small series that they did where it's play on words, like Christmas words, and you can form like a sentence or something. So the first one is Mary. Let's see. I'm seeing if I've got a picture that's not the pattern. Yes, I do. So to give you an idea of how long ago I started this, 2016. So almost 10 years. Here's Mary. It is not a big project. There's no reason why I should still be working on this. And I have all the fabric to do all the other ones. Let's see. Even worse than I thought. Oh gosh. This is where I'm at. Oh boy. I mean, this is one, it should not take me long to finish at all. The pattern is 100 by 65. But like, there's a lot of blank spaces on here. It is not a big pattern. Oh well. Hopefully it'll get spun and I'll get to work on it. Now, the second one that was called is actually, I think, quite fortuitous. And it was my cottages of the month. And that's because I am hopefully going to be done with spring celebration, maybe even this month. And that's the last of my seasonals. So here actually is, I've shown you guys winter already, but here is summer. And here is autumn. But now I need to finish the monthlies to go with it. So let's see. I have some of them in a drawer that's buried over there. Because I need to FFO them, and since I put them in there, I finished a few more. So here we have May. So I've finished them all to this point: January, February, March, April, May. Here's August, which I finished, I think, last year. November. And I said that in a way that would lead you to believe there's more, but there's not. So the ones I have June over there in the bag with my spring celebration, but so I still have June to finish. Here is where I'm at on July. And here's what it will look like when it's done. Here is September. So I've made some really good progress on September. And here is what it will look like when it's done. And the last one is December. And yeah, you can see I've barely done anything. And which is ridiculous because it's my favorite one. That's what it looks like. And I just love that. So I have 4 left to finish: June, July, September, and December. I don't know if I'll be able to finish them this year. I might try to finish like fully finish August and then try to get September finished and be able to use them in the library as decorations. So I will have to access the drawer, which means moving things, but it's fine. Okay. which means I do need to finish summer. No, I did finish summer. I need to FFO that and then be ready for autumn to FFO that as well. The main reason I haven't is because I have to cut the sticky mats down in size, and I don't like doing that. So they're completely lazy reason. Okay. The next board to talk about is my Forgotten Sal's, which is where the Castle Homecoming is. So don't know where that one is. Oh, hang on. I was like, why is this bag here? And then I had like this briefest moment of hope that it was Castle Homecoming. Because I'm pretty sure Castle Homecoming is in one of these kind of bags. But nope, it wasn't. Anyways, the other one is the Ever After Sal by Forbidden Fibers. And I'm excited to get back to this one because I love the movie Ever After. And yeah, so what I was working on is doing all of the frames for the Sal before I go back and do the actual individual pieces. So let's see, I'm gonna untwist this. Oh, I did actually do the very first one. But then I went back down to try to finish the frames. Anyways, I'll probably continue working on the frames if it gets called, because that's just something that's easy to do. So this is the first one. And so, yeah. I really am liking this this Sal. She also has a Gilmore Girls one, an Office one. Carrie, remind me if there's another one, because I probably signed up for it. But yeah, so this is Ever After, and I bought the project bag that she sold to go with it. And it says, a bird may love a fish, signore, but where would they live? Then I shall have to make you wings. So, there we go. The final WIPCO board I have is my Advent one. And so the first one that was called is for my Granny Square blanket project. So I already finished the 2022 Granny Squares, I think. But so what was called this time is for the 2023 one, and I haven't started those at all, but I'm planning on putting all the Granny Squares together in the same blanket. So I just thought I would show you some of them from the previous time. So this one is Fleur Delacour. Fleur Delacour. She didn't have one last year, which I'm totally disappointed about, because I do love how these look. What's this one? Mermaid. I'm not quite sure why it's mermaid. That doesn't scream mermaid to me, but I still love how it looks. This one is Fox, the Phoenix, and I do see that. And this one here is Polyjuice Potion. So, and this one I'm going to have to block because for whatever reason it is smaller than the other ones. I don't know if I used the wrong needle size, hook size for this one. Anyway, so the first one I'm going to start out with is one that I don't know why I wound it, but something happened. I think the packaging got ripped open, and so I just all the way wound it. But so here we go. And then the second Advent project is one from last year. It's the Goblet of Fire from Bumblebee Acres. And this is another one I barely have started, but it is called the Festive Cowl, like the things that go around your neck. So you start off, it's a provisional cast on, and you only do half of the first color, because when you get to the other end, rather than going at the join section, you do the join between the colors, then you knit some more, and then you graft them together to make it look more cohesive. But here we go. I have just started the third color. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, not good. Not good at all. I lost a stitch, you guys. Possibly more than one. Yeah, I lost two. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Bear with me as I try to rescue them. Oh, geez. Okay. I'm going to need to remind myself to create another one. Oh, how did it come undone? It's very irritating. Okay. I will do that after finishing filming this. Well, we are actually towards the end. So that, yeah, that's the second one. Oh, let me show you the color I'm working with now. It is so pretty. So this is definitely a project I will do again. I'm even thinking that I might do it for the next set. It's hard to find projects I like that only take 10 grams of yarn for an Advent project. So this is one I might do again with the one that I get from them this year. So it's nice, it's brainless. The transition between the colors, like it's black, and it helps just smooth over the changes. It looks nice. So yeah. My plans for the day. It is getting quite warm, so I'm going to be turning on the AC as soon as I'm done filming this. One of our dogs had this is why I'm behind what my plan was. One of our dogs had an accident yesterday night on the bed, and so I need to wash all of our bedding, and that's what I need to go to right now. And I should have started that already. My plan was to have started it by the latest at 2, and now it's almost 4. But because I need to wash all of the bedding, so I'm going to go do that. I'm also really hungry, and I would have hoped that I would have made myself lunch by this point, because I was planning on making something in the oven, but I might do that anyway. But so yeah, I'm gonna have 2 loads of laundry to fold, not to mention the 2 loads of laundry I'll have to wash. So I am going to count this as today and tomorrow's laundry. Like, I'm just gonna highlight them off, because I am doing like 4 times as much in one day as was my plan for the crossing off habit tracker. So I only think it's fair that I reward myself for that. So I mean, if I'm being really petty, I'll go and mark it as Monday is completed as well. So yeah, tomorrow, I had hoped today to be the take it easy day, but it's looking like that's gonna have to be tomorrow. So the team I was rooting for, Dortmund, won their match, and topped their group, so both German teams made it through to the round of 16. Sorry, baby. I'm at the halftime for the match that was played at the same time, which is the South African team and the Fluminense. Is that Brazilian? It's a South American team, I know that. But so I was hoping for the South Africans to pull through. If they had won that game, I think they would have come in second place in the group, but I don't believe they do. I'm not for sure about the scoreline of the second game, because the commentator wasn't really keeping us up to date like they normally do, but that's fine. That's fine. I do know Dortmund made it through. So I am going to go do some of my chores really quick, turn on the air conditioning to start cooling off this room, try to get myself to stop figuring out where the stupid Castle Homecoming is. And oh, also I wanted to say hi to Kitty. Thank you for sending me some Facebook messages. It was really nice getting to know you better. And yeah, I really enjoy like getting to know the people who watch this channel better. So if you ever feel like chatting, anybody, I include my Facebook and Instagram handles down below. Feel free to send me a friend request, chat with me in Messenger. I enjoy it. I enjoy getting to know you guys better. And so, yeah. Hope you all are having an awesome day, and I'll chat with you later. Bye. Hey friends. Okay, everything's just a mess today, but I think my hair turned out nice. I took a shower and I put curling stuff in, and I think it turned out pretty nice. Don't know why I did. I mean, I'm not leaving the house, but anyways, so I spent some time putting together this lamp situation. I bought it on clearance like 2 or 3 years ago and had kind of forgotten about it. I don't know if it's gonna work for me, like, because there's a magnifying that I think you're supposed to look through, and that's where the light is. So we'll see. I do need the extra magnification, so if I can just get myself used to it, because I'm used to stitching like up here, okay, like right in front of my face, and with this I have to be further down. So that'll take some getting used to. And then there's also the whole like thing about seeing my pattern with this. Mainly it's just gonna get used to this being here. I don't know if the light will work at a point where it's like, I don't know, will it work over here, like up here all the way? Let's see. Sorry, you guys are, oh yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it's just like, though, I can see like it haloing in my vision. I can't watch the TV over there with this in my face. Like if I was just looking at something head on, it could be okay, but if I'm trying to watch the TV, that would not work. Don't know. Well, I will find out in a little bit when I work on the on the Quaker Christmas that I was already going to have worked on at this point, but I haven't done anything. So I had the empanadas for lunch. This is what they look like. I got them in one of my Home Chef boxes, and they were really good. Like, I'll definitely get these again. For the whole bag, it is 64 grams of carbs, 12 are dietary fiber. I'm still only supposed to have 60 carbs per meal, so that does go just over what I'm supposed to be allowed to have, but as long as it's not like a frequent thing, every once in a while going a few carbs over is okay. The reason I'm filming right now, even though there's a soccer match going on that I'm behind for, is because I got a package, and this is another one I've ordered several months ago. It's from Under the Sea Fabrics, and I ordered the Bella Filipina anniversary pattern. I don't even remember what it looks like, but I do remember looking at it and instantly falling in love. So, oh yes. This is the pattern. Oh, she is just so beautiful. So I ordered, it is the 10th anniversary design. So I ordered the pattern. I also ordered fabric to go with it. Now I think this is a fat half. And I didn't even know what fabric she would select. I just said a coordinating fabric. So the tag is facing out, so I'm gonna open it up to see what exactly it is. Okay, let's see. It is a fat half of Avalon in Jobelin. I did ask for Jobelin. It is 26 by 36. So this is what it looks like. And I do really think that this pattern will look beautiful on this fabric. I'm not in love with this like very large green patch down here at the bottom, but I will probably try to make sure that that's the bottom section of this design where it is more like garden and greenery. So I'll probably stitch it like this way. Oh my gosh, beautiful fabric for a beautiful pattern. And let's see, I think what took so long were the beads maybe. So I ordered the specialty threads. It looks like two or three Karen water lilies. It does have a sticker on here that says Kreinik are back ordered. We'll send when they arrive. And you know, I've been noticing that about Kreinik because I was wanting to order with my 1, 2, 3 stitch order a oh my goodness, she's a designer I've not stitched before, Joan Elliott. I was wanting the Regency lady maybe, but the Periwinkle Kreinik is not available, and I hate to order these patterns and not have the specialty threads all together because I forget to reorder them. And so, but I don't know, it's a Joan Elliott I've been looking at for a really long time. And yeah, so anyways, these are not the two I would have guessed, the colors I would have guessed as being the specialty ones, but it is what it is. And then I ordered the Delica conversion instead of Mill Hill. I ordered Delica. And so the one thing I do wish is that she doesn't include her conversion, like this color goes with this color type of thing, because I frequently order the Delica conversion instead of Mill Hill. And I wish she included that because it would just make everything easier. Like, you know, she's doing the conversion herself, so I wish she would include that, but it's okay. This is a fatty. Like, in terms of paper patterns, it's definitely fatter than the Disney ones, which, when is another one of those going to come out? Okay, it's open. I'd like that the picture comes out so easily like that. And I do appreciate that this isn't one massive paper like, whatchamacallit? Lavender and Lace and Mirabilia. Wow, there is quite a bit of Krynic in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And there should be 3 Karen water lilies in here. So I must not be looking at this properly. Oh, I can see that now. Oh, there's 4 Krynics in here. Holy cow, you guys, look at this. Look at this floss list. Oh my gosh. That's insane. This is 256 by 393 stitches. There is so many colors. Oh, it goes on to a second page. Whew. Oh man. This is gonna be a lot. This is another one I considered as my birthday start. Just because she's so pretty. I don't know. I mean, she's not even on my WIPGO boards because she came out since then. Oh wow, this is just. Oh wow, they included a free sample conversion. So like if you want the dress to be rose colored, which let me look at the original. Oh, that is difficult. That is difficult because I mean, that's the white or cream maybe, but rose is so pretty. And then there's a mocha conversion. I think that's skin tone. So if you want her to be a darker skin tone, and then there's a blonde conversion for if you wanted her to be blonde. Wow, that's really cool that they offer these conversion samples. Wow. I do want to just get right in and start it, but also I don't have the Krynic, so let's not be hasty. Let's not be hasty, Catherine. I have to remind myself of these things sometimes. So I would start with that outline, and that is a Karen water lilies. Wait, this calls for 2 Karen of the same, like 2 skeins, and I think there's only 1 in here. Let's just open it before I continue criticizing and then I'm wrong. No, there is only 1. I'm sorry, this is probably so boring for you guys. In the color chart here, it says that we should have 2 skeins of Black Forest. I don't know, maybe I'll write her just because I don't want to end up with something that's vastly the wrong dye lot, but also like I don't want to run out of, and it is the color that I would be starting with, so maybe I'll start it just to see if I run out. Oh, anything for a new start, you guys. Anything for a new start. Anyways, okay. I've been rambling. I know I have been. So I'm going to go and try to actually, I did fold a load of laundry, so I count that as a win. But I am going to try to go and do something productive with my time. Well, watch a soccer game. But actually, I might have another load of laundry I need to fold. Jeez Louise. 16 pages. Page 16. She is a fatty. But the symbols are so clear on here. Like, seriously. I would be so happy if Mirabilias were this clear. Okay, I'm going to show you guys just one page because I feel like you can't stitch the pattern from just one page. Okay, so look at this. I mean, some symbols are colored. The back stitching is nice and clear. I think that's pretty good. I do still kind of wish that it was digital so I could put it into Pattern Keeper. Anyways. She's beautiful. What can I say? She is beautiful. And all the flowers. All those flowers there. Oh, she's just so beautiful. Okay. Okay. Stop. I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start it if I don't stop. Okay, I'll chat with you guys later. Bye. Hi friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is 2:30 p.m. on Thursday, June 26th. So we've only got a few more days in this month, which is crazy to think about. Wow, June has flown by. I'm not ready for being halfway done with summer break. So I have been working on, so I watched a soccer game this morning, Man City versus Juventus, and whoa, Man City is out of control. They scored 5-2. It was really fun to watch, but it also makes me scared that they might win this championship, like this tournament. Anyways, I have been working on Quaker Christmas 2. Oh, excuse my yawn. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. I just had trouble falling asleep. You know, as I do. But yeah. So I've been using this Mighty Bright light that I was talking about with the magnifying, and guys, oh my gosh, I can't believe I doubted this for so long. I, one, love working with that magnifier, and two, I can position it in such a way that is like, it makes it really nice to work with. The only kind of problems I am having with it is that, sorry, excuse me, I do have to stitch so much lower on my body. But that's about it. And this one is with a rechargeable battery, which is great because my little monster started chewing on the cord yesterday, and so I've had to unplug it. And this whole morning that I've been stitching, which is about 2 hours probably, battery has been going great. So I'm going to try to keep pushing it and keep working on this. I was planning on stopping at this point, or even like 100 stitches ago, but I just put it for another one of the Uno spins, which is 100 stitches, and there is a 200 one that I'm considering doing, and that would put me at 1,000 stitches so far for this month on this one, which is two Whip Go squares. So the only thing kind of holding me back on that plan is I do feel a flare up in my wrist a carpal tunnel flare-up. I can feel it in here. And I think it is from holding the Q-snap. So I've been looking to buy more of the Nurge hoops, just so it's less weight on my wrist. I've got them in my Amazon cart. I'm just need to press purchase. Sorry, the dogs were barking and I lost track. But yeah, I'm really enjoying working on this piece now because the lighting is so good. With the magnifying, which I always thought I wouldn't like a magnifier. I wouldn't like to stitch through a little piece of glass. It makes it so I can see the holes so easy, like to the point where I'm like, maybe I can bring back out the cottage garden sampling piece that I started a while ago, but the count is so small. I also maybe could use that piece of fabric on the spooky haunted house one that I just got in the mail that had the 36 count fabric, and maybe with the magnifying glass I could do that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to have to look to get more of these because one, I stole this from my husband who forgot that I bought it for him. I bought it for him like 2 years ago and he hasn't used it. It was still in the box when I brought it up here. And now I want one for downstairs in my stitching spot, and I need to give him one. But I had gotten this one on clearance at Hobby Lobby. At the time it was $26. So I need to see what's still out there. The brand is Mighty Bright. Anyways, so I have one more line in this motif. Then there's like a little star motif below it. Then I will switch back up over here and work over in this area for a little while. And see how far I get. Sorry, I feel like I've got a hair in my eye. For Uno, the max number of stitches that I have called that I could fit this project in for is 300. So we'll see if it gets called on again in this month. I honestly don't know. So I am gonna go fix myself some lunch, and I'm gonna do the pizza bites again because they were just so yummy. While that is baking, I am going to do a bit of a tidy in the kitchen. I'm going to fold the quilt that's in the dryer and move the comforter that's in the washing machine into the dryer. These are Christmas ones that I just haven't had it washed since Christmas. They kind of were just like in the laundry room, and I just didn't prioritize laundry at all. I am gonna work so hard on getting a better work-life balance next year. I definitely pushed myself too far and was majorly burned out the last half of the year, and I don't want to do that again. So I am going to work on prioritizing things like crafting for myself and not just for the kids. I mean, I'll still do things for the kids, but I'm really going to try to prioritize my own mental health a little bit better. That being said, I did pull out a D4 this morning, and so I am going to roll it twice. First one to determine how many octopuses I'm going to attempt to make today, which will probably be a good break for my hand. to do a little crochet and put the cross stitch away for a little bit. But so the first for the octopuses and the second for worryworms. I decided D8 is too high for worryworms. So let's see what we're gonna get. Okay. 4 octopuses and 2 worryworms. Okay. So I will keep you guys updated with that. And then I'll be able to finally check those squares off for my my to-do list. Oh, did I mention that I highlighted the whole week worth of laundry because I feel like I completed the full week's worth of laundry yesterday. We're talking about 4 loads of bedding and 2 loads of clothes, and I'd already done a load of clothes the day before that. So that's 7 loads of laundry. That is a week. I've highlighted it for the whole week. Okay. Yeah, I feel justified in that. Anyway, I will come back later with another update. Sorry for a super long video. Bye. Hey friends, it's Kate. It's 10 p.m. and I've not done any crafting since I last filmed, which was around 2:30, I think I had said. And that's because I'm very sore. Actually, I had meant to take 2 Advil before I had started filming this. So let me just quickly, it's a new bottle. I thought I had grabbed the open bottle already. Oh well. Let me just quickly take some and then I will continue with my thoughts and what I've actually been doing today. Sorry, probably that wasn't the done thing to do, but I want the pain to start ebbing away as soon as possible. Anyways, okay. So I don't even know how I went down this rabbit hole today, but something I must have seen on social media while posting this picture for my other stitch groups made me think of Monopoly that I know some stitchers have been playing. And I was finally like, because I seen it posted about and I just never was able to track down the rules and like how to play it. And I still haven't successfully managed to do that. But when I was Googling it and stuff, I went through, I think what happened is Jessie Marie mentioned it on Instagram. Like, I saw her Instagram post where she had posted a picture and said she was gonna join the Monopoly bandwagon. And that led me to either Googling or... Betsy, stop doing that. There's food in the bathroom. She's got a little bowl she's digging at. Sorry, the pain. So somehow I got led down a rabbit hole that led to me watching somebody's video, and I do not remember who. I wish I did, so I could tell you guys. And also, I don't know that I'm subscribed to them. Or maybe I am. I don't know. She has a whiteboard where she writes the challenges and the number of stitches relating to the categories, which I think is brilliant and want to steal because that I think each week she updates it with how much she needs to do with each project, and I think that that's really awesome. So may want to steal that idea. I've tried in the past to do something like that with my bullet journal, but I'm just not consistent enough on my bullet journaling. Anyways, so when and I know she was playing Monopoly. I know she was. However, above the Monopoly category was the Great British Bake Off Challenge. And I've watched a couple seasons. I want to watch more, but I just never make time for TV. But I was like, what? And so I immediately abandoned Monopoly. And I don't know why, but I did. To go search for the Great British Bake Off Stitching Challenge, which Google was not very helpful about. But eventually I somehow found, like, seriously, it took like half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to find a link to click to find some information. And I found Jessie Marie Does Stuff Flosstube Extra from last fall, where she talks about, where she creates basically the Great British Bake Off Stitching Challenge. And all of this led me to also be thinking about, so second, there's multiple tangents in this story, but guys, just bear with me. So I was like, I want to do that, but now we need to address the other tangent. I was also thinking about stitching challenges. So, okay. Further tangent. Semi-Sane's game for next month is Battleship, which is so super open-ended. Okay. I don't need to pick any whips ahead of time. It is very open-ended, which is both a blessing and a curse. Because I get super indecisive and it's hard for me to select things to stitch on or work on. I somewhat get paralyzed by options, okay? Which is what has been so nice about Uno, telling me what to work on all the time. So, I was thinking about the World Cup. The Club World Cup. The event I've been watching. And I was like, you know what? This could potentially make... No, I had finished watching the great description because that led me to think about the Club World Cup. Okay, basically you assign a project to each contestant in the Great British Bake Off, and when they do things, it triggers how many stitches you stitch for them. And I was like, you know, I love soccer tournaments, and what I could do is assign one of my WhipGo projects to every team in the tournament and then stitch 100 stitches per a goal they score per a game, right? I should have thought of this like 2 weeks ago. This would have made everything so much easier because I'm not going to be able to finish this challenge, but whatever. And then I was like, oh, there's a lot of 0-0 games. So then I decided every team gets like a show up bonus. So you get 100 stitches for just showing up for the match. Then 100 for every goal you scored. Okay. So, yeah, that's what I spent a lot of time working on this. Okay, I did. I can show you guys in my bullet journal. I made this complete spread during the whole afternoon. Guys, I color coded it. It's a delight for me. Maybe not for you guys. But so since I do have the benefit of knowing who advances to the next round, I decided what I wanted to do is first start by going to my new starts WIPGO board, because I'd hate to only be able to put in like 100 stitches, or like each team gets 300 stitches minimum, but I'd hate for that to be all that gets done on a new start. I mean, I've done that before. I have. But I was like, no, let's at least pick the teams that advance to the next stage. So, so far there have been 14 called WIPGO numbers. So 16 teams advanced. So I did have to pick 2 from another board to fill out the board. But so I really wanted to pick favorite projects for my favorite teams, but I didn't do that because I was like, no, I do have the benefit of knowing the score lines. So to avoid that kind of level of cheating, self-induced cheating, I am going to put the clubs in order, alphabetical order, which is what I did here. There they are, in alphabetical order. And then starting with the clubs I know have moved on, I just started from, okay, no, I did make one exception. Well, 2 exceptions actually. I chose the 2 lowest scoring teams that moved on because the stitches that were called for July only need 500 stitches. So I wanted to not like super overshoot the board goal at this point. So I did make those exceptions, but after that I went in order that they've been called throughout the year, just going down the line. When I done that, I had to pick one of my other 2 cross stitch boards, and I decided to go with the Forgotten Sal board. So the other 2 is Focus for a Finish and Forgotten Sal, but because I knew that this board was going to teams that were eliminated, I knew it would be lower scoring, and so I decided to go with the Forgotten Sals because I wanted my Focus for a Finish to get higher chances for stitching, right? So I did same thing, going from, and these ones are in green. So the new start ones are in blue, the Forgotten Sals are in green, and then the 4 I had to pull, the 4 I had to pull from the Focus for a Finish group are in orange. So again, started from the top and just started filling it in all the way down. The 4 I chose from the Focus for a Finish board, I did pick ones I would prefer to stitch on. I got one of this one was the only mystery because these games hadn't yet been played when I picked projects for, it was the last set of games for this. And so the 2 teams I actually thought were going to move forward, one of them is eliminated. So that kind of sucks because I had assigned Christmas Quaker Sal to that team. So that kind of sucks. Instead, I will be working on a very tiny little cross stitch from South Africa. Like seriously, it's very tiny. That I am sure to finish. So I'm going to have to assign a different project there. That might be where I will put something like, I don't know, something that didn't make any of my WIPGO boards. I'll just fill in a project there. Or I will take teams that were already eliminated and start with, again, at the beginning of the of the list the projects I owe the most stitches to and start slotting those in, so I can hopefully get some finishes. Anyway, so after I did that, I then needed to go and make the spreads. So I said, normally in the past, if you've watched in the past, I set up the pages by the groups. Each group will have their own page, and I'll track the matches and then the standings. I'll do my predicted standings in the group. I was just too lazy at the beginning of the month to do that. I was like too overwhelmed from school. And so I did it by match days. So here is match day 1. I went through, I wrote in the teams, I wrote their scores, and I wrote how many stitches I will need to do on the project. And then I even went through and, sorry, my handwriting is so sloppy here. I was like balancing it on my lap, and so it wasn't a very stable surface at all. But I even went through and wrote down each of the projects so I wouldn't have to reference back to the page at the time, because and then I put like a checkbox for if I've watched the match yet, because I only want to do matches I've watched to start off with. So that means that, well, the other thing I want to do is complete whole matches at a time. I don't want to be able to go through and count that the Mad Hatter has 100 there and 500 there. That's 600 plus 200 is 800, and then just stitch the 800 stitches. I want to be like, okay, this match was a 0-0 draw. That's 100 on Mad Hatter and 100 on the Mug Club. If that makes sense for how I want to look at this going forward. So yeah, I did that, and I went all the way through. Here's my final page for the tournament. So, oh, I still have to fill in the 2 teams that did move on. So let's see. This is gonna be Real Madrid, and this is Al Hilal. So I'll fill those in a little bit. So after I did that, I had 10 projects left on the focus for a finish whip go board. And I was like, how many contestants are on the Great British Baking Show? So I looked up the first season, which is actually not on Netflix, which I also looked up, and that's irritating, but it is on the Roku channel, and the Roku channel is free. It will have ads, although I don't know if I upgraded a couple months ago to ad free. I'll need to check on that. But 10 contestants, that's perfect. So what I did is I again alphabetized them by their names, and then started from the top and wrote them down. And so there we go. There we have it. And so the rules for stitching is if they get a handshake from Paul Hollywood, and he doesn't do them very often, like not even every episode or every like week, then that's 500 stitches on that contestant's project. If they are last in the technical challenge, you take the number of contestants that are left. You multiply that by 25, and that's how many stitches you put on that project. If they're first in the technical, so they won, you take the number of stitchers left and you times that by 50, and you do that many stitches So that would be a max of 500 on the first week, and so on and so forth. If a player is eliminated, you do 500 stitches on that person's project. And then what Jessie Marie says she does is for Star Baker, she does 100 stitches every day on that project. I don't like to have daily projects where I'm doing a small amount of stitches. So I'm trying to think of an alternative for that. So, I'm still thinking. Because part of me is like, just do 500, like call it 500, but that's like essentially the same as the handshake and the eliminated. And I don't know if the Star Baker deserves like more, because a week's worth would be 700 stitches. So I'm still just trying to think of that. So while she was talking, Jessie Marie was talking about the Great British Baking Show cross-stitch challenge, she referenced the Big Brother stitching challenge that she had also created. And so then I went on a wild goose chase trying to find these rules, because she didn't say what video she had referenced it to and everything. And I was like trying to figure it out. Now, I'm not a Big Brother watcher. I used to watch it more, but I've never watched a full season because inevitably my favorite person or people get eliminated, and it's just like crappy people left, like people without morals and that kind of thing. And so I find it very hard to root for those people. But I was like, I do try to give it a try almost every summer. And it starts July 10th. And the soccer, when does the soccer end? Hang on, I'm checking my calendar over here. Soccer ends on the 13th? Yeah, ends July 13th. So that's it's basically the same amount of time, right? So I finally found the video that mentions it. And, like, she doesn't even timestamp it. I had to basically watch the full video. And you know, Jessie Marie does long videos. No shade on that. I do super long videos too. But so I wrote down the stitch count, and it's the same thing. You assign projects to each contestant. So I wrote down the stitch count amounts. However, the one WIPGO board I have left is my, sweetie, stop it, is my advent calendar WIPGO board. And I don't want to completely neglect that WIPGO board. So what I am planning on doing is, instead of these stitch counts for each of the things, like in hers, she says head of house, that is the daily 100. Nomination for elimination, each of those two people nominated is 200 stitches on their project. The veto winner is 300 stitches on their project. If there's a new nomination, then that's 150 stitches on their project and 500 stitches on the evicted player's project. I just decided, for me, I am going to do one mini skein on each of those people's project. So I've been trying to figure out how many players there will be. Sometimes Big Brother goes crazy and there's more. Last season there was 16, which would kind of be perfect because there have been 14 called for projects so far. So I also have 2 Halloween advents I need to finish. And I have an Easter mini advent I never even started. It's 12 days. It should be around here somewhere, actually. It's 12 days, 10 gram minis. They're in little, oh, they're on my desk over there. Okay, it's beyond reach. This is my work table. I call it my desk, and then I actually have a desk. And it doesn't get used as a desk. I actually want it to be gone and to instead have more storage. I need to talk to my husband about that again. Yeah, so I have a scarf picked out for that. I think I have the needles for it and the contrast yarn. I just need to start it. And so I'm thinking that will be 15, and then the Halloween Advents will be 16. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Possibly 5 or 6 mini skeins a week, which may or may not be doable. I don't know, to tell you guys the truth, but I think it will help me progress. And some of these projects might finally be able to get finished, like my Jane Austen cowl. So I'm thinking of doing that once Big Brother starts. And then I was thinking, just for future down the road, I used to watch like Amazing Race and Survivor, and I think the same kind of thing could be done for those. And I used to watch, I loved Hell's Kitchen. I watched like every season, and I sometimes rewatch it. And so these kind of shows, the same kind of thing can be done. You assign projects to them, and then you can just work on it like that. You get the key events, and you just kind of go like that. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and what I spent the entire last 8 hours working on. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I spent a lot of time working on this. So that's my plan. I'm going to try to crochet, but I may just end up playing a computer game as my hands are hurting so much. Oh, let's talk about Uno really quick. I don't think that there's any way that I can possibly actually completely finish Uno by the time the month ends. And in this event, you're awarded 1 point for every 10 days that you finish. They don't have to be consecutive days. And then you have 2 bonus points for each Uno that you completed that same day. So I've finished 13 days and 2 Unos on time. I'm going to try to finish another 7 days worth, and there are enough days that only require 100 more stitches that I owe about 700 stitches, which should be doable. So why am I talking about this? Because I would like to start working on this soccer challenge that I've set up for myself, but I didn't want to waste any stitches on Uno, but I think I can finish those allotted stitches in 2 to 3 of the projects. So I think that that'll allow me enough wiggle room to pick matches that I've watched. And I need to go through, that's the next thing I'll do, is I need to go through the matches and check off the ones that I've watched, because I didn't do that yet. I've been highlighting them in my crafting planner, but I haven't transferred that information over here yet. Anyways, so sorry, so many squirrels. I can't get my mind to focus. That's all. It's not a big deal. So I will be able to pick, like, okay, I know that I need to work on the seasonal celebrations. Who did I assign that to? Seasonal celebrations. Oh my goodness. It's on the other one. Okay, maybe I just don't do those ones and then I have to owe more stitches. It's fine. It's fine. We're not going to worry about that annoying fact. I could work on Christmas Quaker again. That's Salzburg. And, yeah, so I could do that. Or, I know Merry and Bright is one of the ones that I need to work on. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be the other one. It's on the Great British Baking Show one. Jeez Louise, you guys. So that leaves Christmas Quaker and what's the other one? Afternoon in Paris, which I signed to Inter Milan. Okay, there are Inter Milan games. I could do that. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna address that. Those two teams never play each other yet, but I can find like let's look here. Where's Inter Milan? Inter Milan played Monterrey. That was a 1-1 score, so that's 200 stitches on 2 projects. I could do that. Where's another Inter Milan game? Afternoon in Paris and the Ever After Sal. That's 300 on Afternoon in Paris, 200 on the Ever After Sal. And the final Inter Milan game, 300 on Afternoon in Paris and 100 on That's What They Said. So that's a doable one. That's very small amount of stitches on the other Sal, so I won't feel like I'm wasting stitches. I get in my head like that all the time. I'm wasting stitches. That's not a real thing, crazy girl. But yeah, anyways, sorry. I'm rambling now. So I think this is probably going to be the end of this video. I might come back at the very, very end and do an update if I did any crochet, but I've been meaning to say that I've changed my plan for filming schedule again. So my plan is to upload videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I know that's a lot, but this is a summer schedule, okay? So my plan is for my Friday video to have that be the vlogging Monday to Thursday, and then I will have it uploaded for Friday. The Monday video will be the weekend, so it will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and any stitching that gets accomplished then. Wednesday's video is going to be my weekly challenge video, and if I succeeded or not. So last time was not a success. This time is not looking like a success yet, but we will see. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking. It helps me. The 3-day thing was it was stressful because it wasn't it wasn't the same 3 days. And that was difficult for me to get my head around. So we're going to try this now. You know, things are always changing over here. And I will be, I think I mentioned this earlier, I will be working really hard next year to create a better work-home life balance. So hopefully I won't disappear for months on end. But it is what it is. Okay, so I am going to go put on the one other soccer game I didn't watch yet from today, and try to clean up my area a little bit, but then do some knitting and hope that not knitting, I'm worried that knitting, because it uses, I only hold my yarn in this hand, but knitting involves 2 needles, and so I'm worried that that will just increase the pain I'm feeling here. But crochet, the hook's just in the one hand, and this is not the hand I'm having a flare up right now. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to just do some crochet, and if not, then, you know, I've been wanting to play Stardew Valley for a while, so I might just play a little Stardew, but we'll see. I want to get some things done, you guys. I want to feel accomplished, because I was very lazy in terms of housework today. Yeah, when I'm making dinner, I will load the dishwasher. That might be the extent of it. I think I'll take out a bag of garbage. It's about where we're at right now. So anyway, I'll chat with you all later. Hope that you're having a fantastic day. Bye. Oh my goodness, you guys. I've been sitting here like with things on this chair to show you, and I forgot. So I'm immediately restarting this thing. 2 of my anniversary presents arrived today, and I'm super excited. So I had put on my wish list to get a Bluetooth keyboard for my iPad, and so that arrived today. Isn't it pretty? This actually is not the colorway that I had put on the wish list. My husband said he didn't know what color I wanted, but I linked directly to the color, and it was like a forest green, where it was a really pretty green, but that's okay, because this is so fun and pretty, so I'm not upset at all about it. Like, I mean, he would have been like, just return it and get the one you wanted if I hadn't. Anyways, I'm super excited about this, and I'm also really excited because part of my plan with this keyboard is to maybe go back to trying digital planning again. I don't like writing on my iPad because it doesn't, there's some lag in it, and I could probably get a screen protector that will make it feel more like paper, like writing on paper, but I've just never liked how it felt. And so the planner I was using, you could use a keyboard with it, but I also don't like typing on the screen. So I keep buying digital planners and not using them. And so I put this on my wish list like years ago. And this year my husband got it for me, and so I'm super excited about that. I think I could even use this on my laptop, which might make some of the games I play a little bit easier than having to reach all the way out. I could have it closer by, but I don't know if I will try that. But isn't she pretty? I do need to go get batteries downstairs. I was gonna do that when I was downstairs, but I just forgot. So there is that. I think this keyboard was like $30, $20-$30, so wasn't very expensive. But then this arrived. This is the electric winder that my husband got for me. I did originally have on the Calypso, which is the popular brand that I constantly see on Facebook and Instagram ads. However, on Amazon, not only was this cheaper, but its reviews were higher. So, I decided, since didn't know if I, like, how it would go or anything like that, that I would just start with, this nice cheap one and, see if Calypso works out the kinks that people say it has or whatever. And why spend the extra money? But so it comes with like a little screwdriver and everything, and I haven't taken it out of the box. I just opened it. So it comes with a plug. It is a USB plug, and there is no block to put it to charge. That sucks, but no one includes that anymore. And I got, they called it purple, but I think it's like a mauve. Like, it's like a pinky purple. The pink was too, like, infantile baby looking pink. Like Pepto-Bismol looking pink. So here's part of the tensioner, I think. I don't know. I'll have to look how to put it all together. And then wind a skein of yarn. And here's the part. This is where, so I'm sure that this goes on like that. Yes, it does. So it even tells you go this way to make it loose and this way to make it tight. And that just snapped in really easily. There's a switch over here to on and off, and I think it affects the speed with which it winds. I don't know. I'm just making guesses. So it is about the size of my manual one here. I think the Calypso one that I was looking at was larger. So that's something I'll have to keep in mind for the future with some of the, like, the very large, sorry. So here's the one that I've just had attached to my desk. You can see, like, from the base area, that's about the same size. So, oops. I'm going to need to really, like, tidy up my desk so I can create a winding section, I think on the other side of my desk, my work table. So I can just set this up, especially if I'm going to be working with mini skeins, because right now I don't have my Swift set up. And so I've been hand winding all the mini skeins, and that just takes time. But yeah, and then also it makes me lazy to work on a project using full skeins of yarn, which is a waste because I have compartments filled with full sizes of skeins, so I need to be using those. But anyways, so I am going to try this tonight, and I will let you guys know. I will see if I can tidy up enough at some point in the next week or so to film a little video, like a time lapse of it doing its thing. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because this was like the one piece of crafting present that I got. My husband also got me a Michael's gift card, but I kind of don't know what to use it on because I bought so much yarn during the Joann's going out of business sale. So I'm probably just going to hoard it for a little while. And around Christmas time, I'll probably spend it to make things for people. So anyway, I will chat with you all later for real this time. Bye, guys. Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is about 7:15 p.m. on June 27th, Friday, and I slept in today. Like, slept in a lot. We're talking about 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon. I didn't wake up when my husband got up and got ready for work. And normally when he runs the hair dryer, it wakes me up. I mean, the man is more high maintenance than I am. I am like a air dry, just go kind of girl. Also, I'm wearing my librarian because Book Wizard isn't an official job title. I really like this shirt, and I rediscovered it in the laundry when I was doing laundry. So, anyways. Yeah, so I haven't been awake for very long. Probably, wow, 3.5 hours, and I have not accomplished much today. I was scrolling Instagram. Okay, let's not lie. Well, actually, it was Facebook Reels, and I got drawn into some Dr. Phil family drama. So, the family drama were the people on Dr. Phil. Okay, so that happened, and then my phone died. And then I had to put on the charger. Anyways, okay, the second thing that distracted me was while I was on Facebook, I saw a post from Martha about the Whip Warriors. Yes, Whip Warriors, not Wranglers. And it said that you should have 15 participation points at this point in the year, but they'd be deleting anyone that was under 12. And I was like, how do I find my number? Because I know my number's low. My number's 10. My number is 10. And I am hoping that they will not delete until after they've graded everything, but I need to get my number up. Okay, so we are in desperation mode to get that number up by the end of the month. Best way to do that is these categories. Every 2 that you finish is 1 point. Okay, I have finished 5. So that's 2 points, which would get me to 12 if those 12 points, those 2 points are not included in the number already. But you're supposed to be at 15. So I am going to hyper focus on getting that done. We are going to ignore the Unos. We have to ignore those for now because I don't think I can fit them into this categories. They were terrible letters this month, okay? D, E, and Z. D, E, and Z. So I need to do a whip starting with one of those letters, which is not the easiest but not the hardest of them. A designer starting with one of those letters, which is the harder part. A celebration, something related to humans. What other ones do I have that I still need to do? Because clearly there's 7. Anyway, in water, dolphin. Do I have anything with a dolphin? They're just bad letters. They're bad letters this month. Okay. We're not gonna panic. But we're a little bit panicked, okay? Not gonna lie, we're a little bit panicked. Because I don't want to get kicked out of the group. They already kicked me out of the Australian, the road trip, which I'm super still upset about because I was kicked out after like only a month or 2, and they were like, oh, we're a little bit more lenient on that one. No, we're not more lenient. I was kicked out without warning. I don't believe. The problem is Facebook is not giving me alerts for the group, and Facebook is really ticking me off with them thinking they know what I want to see when most of the things they put for me to see, I have no interest in. Give me the stuff I actually want to see, which is my Facebook cross-stitch groups. Anyways, so because I haven't been receiving alerts for most of the things, even though I clicked the bell to be alerted or whatever it is to be notified about all the things, I'm not getting notified about all the things because I also saw something about Survivor as one of the group events. I definitely did not know about Survivor group events. I would have been interested in that. So it's frustrating, but we are in do or die mode. I'm only slightly exaggerating. So I'm going to just try. And the other thing that I've been doing is doing 200 stitches when it's 1 or to 200 stitches. So I'm just gonna go back to only doing 100 stitches and just trying to knock these out, and then I will concern myself with Uno again. So I don't think I can do like 700 stitches today, but we're gonna see what we can do just to try to make sure that I do not get kicked out. I'll keep you guys updated on that, because if they're gonna kick already at 10, well, I mean, it is under 12, and so sucks. I didn't live up to my end of the deal. But the thing that I really like on there is I especially like the scavenger hunt, and I chose the hard level, which is 500 stitches for the thing, and I just requested my first check for the first 10 items. There's now like 45, 55 items up. So, and I have 9 items in progress, so I'm going to see how close I am on each of those, if I can quickly, like, get another 10 completed to, like, extra secure myself. I need to get into the positive and out of this deficit that I'm currently in. So, yeah, I was going to start working on the soccer matches and that challenge, but first we got to secure our membership, okay? So, yeah. I had an order come in from Amazon today. It's right here. Okay, so the first one is a page turner for my Kindle. Yes, I already have one. This one's in pink. The other one I have is in black. And the reason I bought another one is because I saw this hack that someone had, where they put one on each side of the Kindle so that you could go forward or backwards. And I hadn't been really using my clicker that often, because I would accidentally click forward, just like getting excited, and I'd accidentally press the button, and then I'd have to like fumble with the Kindle, like, and I frequently had it further away with the font really big. And so it was frustrating. And then I saw someone on one of the Kindle groups I'm on that was like, this is what I do. I have one on each side, and I have one in one color and one in another color, so that they don't mix the things up. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. So yesterday I also needed to order a USB block for my electric winder. And so instead of just going with the super cheap one, I went with this one, because it has multiple ports in there and of 2 different kinds. And so I have my phone charger all the way on the other side of the room, because I don't really have any plugs in this area. And so this is, it's 5 feet. I think it's 5 feet. And, let me open it here. It is a fast charger. It's got 6 ports in there. And so I'm really excited about this, because I'm going to be able to have a lot of different things plugged in over here on this workstation. So, this was, and this is the frustrating part, $24.99. I did have a 20% off coupon too, but $24.99, and it was one that could come overnight. But then it said you're 1 penny away from a free overnight delivery, and I was like, 1 stupid penny. That $24.99 rounded up to 25. Nevertheless, I needed to add something to the cart, and so I did add the clicker, even though that was $15, and so put it like definitely above. I reasoned that this being $5 off because of the coupon would make the clicker $10 instead of $15. Either way, it was a pretty good deal, and I've been meaning to buy it for a while now. So I'm also thinking that I need to have a readathon day where I can just cozy on up with my Kindle and read some books. And so if anyone is interested in joining me for a 24-hour readathon, I used to do this a couple times a year, when I was a part of a readathon situation, and I'm not going to go into that because it ended badly. Set me in a couple of year-long reading slump, like put me off books. But we're not going to talk about that. We're on to better, more positive things. And so if anyone wants to do a readathon with me, just let me know when you're available in July, because I am on my summer break. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this clicker situation. My other one's black, this one is pink. So I'm gonna hopefully read more on my Kindle. Let me see. The instructions are in German. Yeah, both the part that you attach to the Kindle and the part that you hold are in pink. Let me show you guys. Oops. Ah, no. Okay. So this is the part that you put on your Kindle. I accidentally pressed the button, that's why the light's showing. Anyways, so this part's in the back, and it affects the side of the Kindle. The side of the Kindle you put it on. So I will have this one on one side. My black one is in the other room, in my bedroom. In the little carrying case, they put the warranty QR code. That's crazy. Anyways, it's a nice little carrying case. It's very soft, so I'm just gonna put those in there. It comes with, and see, another reason to have that set, because it comes with the charger. But there's no charger block. There's never any charger block anymore. And then you put this little wrist strap onto the part that you hold, so you can just have it like dangling on your wrist, like in your hands like that. So yeah, anyways, I'm pretty excited to try it. So that's enough of an update for right now. I am going to, I don't know, do what? Try to catch up on a few soccer games. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna try to knock out some categories. I'm gonna start with the easy ones. That's the designer and the pattern name, because that's just an easy, or like it's easy to look up and find. And if I can relate either of those projects to a few other prompts or another prompt, that would be extra good. So I will come back when I've picked a project and let you guys know. Bye.